Hi everyone, welcome to this new tutorial about software MSC Apex. This being the tutorial for beginners, we will solve a simple static analysis problem demonstrating how to run your first job in MSC Apex. Let's begin. First obvious question would be, what is MSC Apex? Apex is powerful pre and post processor for FEA simulations. So it is not a solver, hence you have to use some external solver, whereas Apex can do everything in pre and post processing workflow. Some examples are given over here which Apex can do very well. First is model generation. That means creating geometry or importing geometry from CAD softwares. And let's say if you import some complex geometry, you can clean it up, defeature, and then you can create a mesh as well. Next is model definition. This includes material properties, boundary conditions, and some other things such as contacts. Then you can create analysis definitions where you can select analysis type, some solver controls, and at this stage you can even export APM input file. And finally in post, you can do result visualization, which includes fringe plots, history plots, and many more. As I said previously, in Apex you will need some external solver, and Apex can work with many different solvers, but it works seamlessly with MSC Nastran solver. And as Apex and Nastran are from same company, in most cases you can feel Nastran is an internal solver itself. If you want to get more details about Apex, this is the Apex website. I will give it in the description box below. And if you go on this website, you can see some videos about Apex, and you can even download the Apex trial version at no cost. We can say Apex is best known for its modern and intuitive user experience, along with some of the advanced CAD to FEM features. It is also known for large assembly model management and easy customization and automation using Python scripting. It does have some limitations as well, and the main limitation being it might not support all the features of solver, and because of that you might need to edit the input file via text editor or use some another preprocessor to fix some missing things. This is true mostly for other solvers, but with MSC Nastran, Apex works really well. In this video, we will not go into some complex features of Apex, but rather we will solve one very simple example from start to end, which gives us the idea about how to perform any simulation in Apex. What is the general workflow? And the example I chose is this one. This is kind of my go-to example whenever I start learning any new finite element related software. In this example, we have a monkey which is sleeping on one beam, and we want to find out what is the deformation and stresses within this beam because of weight of this monkey. As monkey is not moving, we can perform static analysis. We will kind of simplify this beam into this geometry. So a rectangular cantilever beam fixed at one end with a square cross section as shown over here, and a uniform pressure is applied on top surface of this beam because of our sleeping monkey. All the dimensions are given over here and all dimensions are in meters. We will assume very simple material model which is linear elastic material model, and as this is static analysis, we will just find out steady state solution. So we don't need density of material. We will need only two things. First is Young's modulus and another is Poisson's ratio. To calculate this force, we are assuming weight of our monkey is 30 kg, which is distributed evenly on top surface with area 0.1 meter square. Hence the pressure would be around 3000 pascals. This is the overall workflow to simulate this example in MSC Apex. We will first create this geometry, then mesh it, then create our linear elastic material, apply that material to this beam, then apply boundary conditions, create a new scenario. This is something I will explain when we get there. Then the main thing would be running this job. Of course, we will use MSC Nastran, and finally visualize the results. Here we will see what is the deformation and stress in this beam. Now enough talking, and let's start with MSC Apex. Every time when you start Apex, you will be greeted by this window where you can see quick tutorials about all different features of Apex. But now as you're already watching this video, we don't need this. So let me close it. This is our Apex GUI. And as I said, our first step is to create geometry. To create beam, we will go here and select a box. Here you can see default units are millimeters. So we have to change it to meters because we want to work in SI units. So before we go ahead, let's go to options, application settings, and over here units. You can see the default one includes millimeter. So let's change it to SI units, which is meter kg, and hit apply. And once we do that, we can see now unit is meters. Okay, so length is 1 meter, height is 0.1, depth is 0.1, and now the beam is ready. To place it, we have to click on this green tick. That's it. Let's close it. The beam is ready. Before we move further, this might be a good place to talk about mouse controls. If you want to rotate the part, you have to click middle button of mouse. If you want to translate it, then hold the right mouse button and you can translate. And to zoom, you can use scroll. So these three are most important: zoom, translate, and rotate. But there are many other features as well, like using this triad, you can do many things, such as if you want to go to default isometric view, you can click on the white ball at the center. If you want to rotate along y-axis, you just have to click on y-axis. If you want to rotate in opposite direction, you have to click right mouse button on y-axis. Similarly, you can do with z-axis as well. And if you press and hold the button, it will rotate slowly, not in the increments of 90 degrees. And at any time, let's say you are zoomed out, and if you want this geometry to fill your entire screen, press the left and right mouse buttons together. Anyway, let me go back to default isometric view. This looks the best. Now next step is meshing. Meshing tools are located over here. There are options about 1D, surface, and solid mesh. Of course, this is a 3D beam, so we'll go with solid mesh. As this example is not that complicated, I'm not going to mesh it very fine. So I will use just hexagonal elements, and also element size, I will keep it pretty coarse. So let's say 0.05. Element type, I chose linear, and everything else default. After this, we just have to click on the part and mesh is ready. Every time to close the tool, we have to click on this red rectangle with arrow. Next step, creating material. Materials are located over here. So let's click on this and say create material. Let me name our material as steel. If you want to add any description, you can add over here. This doesn't matter for simulation. This is just a note. The material model can be selected over here. By default, it will be isotropic. So I'm going to keep as it is. And Young's modulus 8E9. When you hit enter, you will see the unit as well over here. Somehow units are not shown before, but once you enter the value, you can see the unit. And Poisson's ratio 0.3. That's it. We created the material already named steel. After this, we have to assign this material to this mesh. And to do that, close this and you have to create something called 3D element property. I have enlarged all these icons so that it will look good in a video. But when you open on your end, I think you will see all the icons. So there are some icons missing over here, which we can access by clicking on this arrow. And here we can see the icon for 3D element properties. So click on that, create 3D element property. We can again change the name here, saying steel elements, and we have to choose which material to apply over here. So we have only one material, which is steel, and we'll not go into detail of what these other options are. For this tutorial, I think this is enough. Now just click on assign 3D element property and click on this model. That's it. We are done here. Just to verify if the material is assigned correctly or not, what we can do is go over here in the model tree and just hover your mouse over steel elements. When you do that, this part should get highlighted as it is getting now. That means everything is good. Now next is loads and boundary condition. That icon is located over here. First, I'm going to apply a constraint to fix this back end. So this face we are going to fix. To choose the face, we have to select faces over here. And for now, let's just keep everything default. Just select the face and done. Whenever you add something, you will see that coming into the model tree. Now we have this constraint as well. And finally, the pressure. To apply pressure, we will choose this option and value of pressure is 3000 Pascal. Again, to apply it on a surface, we will choose this and the top surface. That's it. Our simulation is almost ready to be submitted. Just few more things. And as you might have noticed, if you want to get help about any of this icon, you can just hover over here and something will pop up, and then you can click on this learn more option and that will take you to the corresponding documentation. So you can learn everything about that option over here. Or let's say if you want to see the documentation, you can always go in help and again help, which will take you to the Apex documentation. And in the product documentation, you can find everything you need. The last step before we run the simulation is to create a scenario. For that, we will go into this study tab, right click on this study and say create scenario. You can name the scenario. I will name it First job. Here we can choose the type of our job. You can see multiple options are there. We are going with the first one, which is linear static analysis, the simplest one. In Nastran term, it is also called as Sol 101. Whenever you see something in the bracket that is kind of related to Nastran keywords, as we dive deeper into next tutorials, we will start paying attention to those keywords as well. But as of now, we can just focus on the text. So analysis type is linear static analysis and then say OK. Once we do that, model tree will get populated and this is our first job. It has everything what we need to run simulation. We have to go on this model representation, right click and say associate model rep. This is when you have multiple models in your Apex. Here we have only one model. That's why this is no brainer. We will select this model and say OK. But sometimes you have multiple models open and you just want to simulate only one part of it. There you can choose the corresponding model which you want to simulate. Before submitting the job, we have to go into this load constraint and initial conditions and activate whatever loads and boundary conditions we want to be included in this run. We applied one constraint which is shown over here. So we want this active, of course. And then we also applied one load which will come over here and this also we want to activate. So just select those two and say apply. And I think we are good to go. But before submitting the job, I want to show you how to save this model as well. So let me create one folder on desktop. Let's save that Apex model in this folder. To do that, we have to go in File, Save As, go to that particular folder, give some name, hit save. Now if we go back to that folder, we will see the model we just saved. And when we go inside this folder, this project will be MSC Apex database and all other are necessary files. So if you want to open any Apex model, you have to go to File, Open, and then find that particular model and open that project folder. If you are going to run job for first time, it is crucial to check if the Nastran solver is linked correctly with Apex or not. Usually if you install Nastran first and then Apex, Apex automatically finds where the Nastran executable file is and it will get linked. But just to make sure, go to Options, Application Settings and go to Nastran Compute Environment. Here in executable file, you should be able to see path of that Nastran executable. Hence if I go to this folder over here, I will see that MSC Nastran executable file. If you don't see anything on your Apex, you can just browse and select this bin folder. And you can also provide path for input files, output files or scratch files. We'll not go into details of this because we are going to use everything through Apex. But let's say if you want to see how the Nastran input file looks like, then after running the job, you have to go to this location and see there you will find that input file. Similarly for output files as well, if you go over here, you will find all the output files. But we are going to open them through Apex, so we don't have to worry about where they are located right now. And to run the simulation, just right click on this first job and say run simulation. You can see the status over here. Now in this video, we did not change anything in simulation settings because for this simple job, all the default parameter works fine. And once everything is done, it will say simulation results attached. To visualize the result, we have to go over here. And this is the deformed shape. You can see this is deformed a little bit, right? If you want to see the original shape, you can click on this. This is the original shape and this is the deformed shape. If you want to see the displacement, you just have to click on this fringe plot icon in front of displacement and these are the displacement values. There is another way of visualizing where you can add these arrows and here the length of this arrow will be proportional to value of that quantity. So it is just a cool way to represent. To visualize the stress, we can go over here and these are the stresses. So we can see the stress concentration near the fixed end as expected and stress reduces as we go towards the free end. There are many more things we can do in visualization, such as you can play the animation, you can change the speed of animation, you can change the background colors, plot colors, everything. You can even take a snapshot of this result or you can capture a movie of that animation. I think for first tutorial we covered a lot. This is a good point to stop. If you want to go back to the model, you can close the post processing. Here is our model again. In future tutorials, we will try some more complex things. Maybe import a complex assembly, use some complex material model, define contacts, or perform some other type of analysis, such as modal analysis or nonlinear analysis. But that's all for this video, and I will see you in the next one.